Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paola and this is a new video in the 12 Days of Bookmas series. Today I am ranking my favorite romance reads that I read in 2025. Starting with number 5 in the adult category, I have Season of Love by Helena Greer. This is a Christmas small town romance featuring Jewish characters, childhood trauma, and a dead but very meddling aunt. What I loved about this one is that it feels like you're watching a Hallmark Christmas movie about all the things that a Hallmark Christmas movie wouldn't really dive into. It goes into childhood trauma, abandonment issues, and a sort of true sense of community in a Christmassy setting. At number 5 in the young adult category, I have Angelica and the Bear Prince by Trung Le Nguyen. This is a graphic novel that follows Angelica, who finds solace and develops a big crush on her local theater's mascot's DMs and is now on a journey to figure out who this person is. This one was really tender. It's one of those books that feels like a really big hug. I love that it's set at a local theater, the fact that the crush and love develops in the DMs, as well as the themes of grief, belonging, and community. At number 4 in the adult category, I have Before We Fall by Rilsey Adams. This is a slow burn first proximity Black romance featuring themes of trauma, domestic violence, and friendship. So if you're looking for a hard-hitting romance where the love interests feel like each other's soft places to land, I think this is the book for you. At number 4 in the young adult category, I have Rani Chudhuri Must Die by Adiba Jaigidar. This is a sort of sapphic spin on John Tucker Must Die, where Meghna and Rani were best friends and are now estranged and only come back together after finding out that they've been dating the same guy. And so they decide to team up to beat and expose him at a big science competition. In this one, I really loved the conversations about women in STEM, particularly women of color, as well as science, its ethics, the relationship that develops between Meghna and Rani, the fact that it's in dual POV, and obviously its sort of take on John Tucker Must Die. At number 3 in the adult category, I have Don't Go Baking My Heart by N.G. Peltier. This is a grumpy/sunshine romance between Devon, who's a workaholic, and Reba, who is a baker. It's all about injecting a little bit of joy into your life outside of business, professional goals, and monetary prospects. This is one where the dynamic, the grumpy sunshine dynamic, really flourished, in my opinion. The opposites attract of it all made my entire day better anytime I picked up the book. I love how bubbly Reba is and how uptight Devon is. I also loved their banter, the steamy scenes. Oh my god, the tension felt so palpable, and I was so happy anytime they got to diffuse it in a matter of a steamy scene. Not to mention how hungry it made me. At number 3 in the young adult category, I have Love of the Record by Samantha Markham. This was a reread for me, and it is a rom-com about two rival journalism students who are competing for the same position at their university's newspaper. I read this one last year and I immediately decided to reread it at the beginning of this year just because I loved it that much. It is so fun, feel good, and it features conversations of fatness/fat phobia. In this one, I really loved Wins and Three's camaraderie. I love how they get closer to one another. All the little moments that we have to sort of like settle down and develop their relationship, aside from all the banter and the like workplace rivalry, were so fun, so tender. I also loved Win's inner monologues about her fatness and how that informs and affects her decisions and her actions throughout the book and throughout her developing relationship with her friends, Three, and the sort of contemporary world that she exists in. At number 2 in the adult category, I have Treasure by Rebecca Weatherspoon. This is about Alexis and Trisha, who meet at a strip club and then again at one of their college classes. This one was so sweet, steamy, really vulnerable as well. I really love the scenes in the third act where they really like just get to bear it all emotionally. It was quite the simple and effective plot, perfect for fans of short romances. At number 2 in the young adult category, I have Our Way Back to Always by Nina Moreno. This is another quick reread for me in the sense that I only read it last year and I decided to revisited in its audiobook format in 2025. This is about Lou and Sam, who were once best friends and are only now sort of joining forces to complete their senior year bucket list. I am such a sucker for friends to lovers, especially in YA. I loved the angst, the fact that it's taking place during senior year and they're both dealing with like the pressure of not knowing what to do after high school is over, the journey that they went on to complete their bucket list and the items on their bucket list itself. This is, in my opinion, a perfect YA romance. I cannot get enough of it. This is another one of those books that I'm going to be rereading for a really long time. At number 1 in the adult category, I have Stripped by Zoe Castile. At number 1 in the adult category, I have Stripped by Zoe Castile. This is a friends with benefits story featuring a male stripper and a teacher who happen to also be neighbors. For this one, my absolute favorite thing were the steamy scenes as well as the tension behind why our main characters couldn't take the step from friendship, understanding, sexual relationship to full-on lovers. At number 1 in the YA category, I have 24 Seconds From Now by Jason Reynolds. This is a sort of stream of consciousness novel about Neon and his relationship with Arya. It starts with Neon sort of hiding in the bathroom 24 seconds from having sex for the first time with Arya, and everything else is like 24 something beforehand. So 24 seconds, 24 days, 24 hours, 24 months, etc., etc. It was so lovely. I loved getting to see the beginning, the middle, and the point where they're at, I guess, the present of their relationship. I loved the conversations about intimacy, young love, and obviously the narration. Jason Reynolds narrates this himself, and it is such a spectacular job. I love him so much, both as an author and as a narrator. He really does a spectacular job anytime I visit one of his books. I cannot wait to read more of his books in the future. Alrighty, so that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!